My name is Jama Jurabaev. I'm originally from Tajikistan, but I live and work in London.
So what was the project at Lucasfilm that pushed you the most creatively, and how did you overcome it?
Well, I think like most of the projects at Lucasfilm are very challenging, because they're so different, so diverse. And I guess like Mandalorian was a good example, because that's when I first time fully was immersed into the Star Wars universe. When you work on a project in a way, you have to understand the lore, the world that you're working on. I think that's where I struggle at most, because I was born in Soviet. We didn't have much Soviet Star Wars experience and love. So that's the area I had to kind of catch up on. I mean, I knew the tools and I was sure that I can execute certain things, but I had to catch up on the history of Star Wars, and I guess I did it. So
how did you not give up?
I mean, it's easy to give up, but I knew it's a dream job. A lot of people in the world would love to do what I do, so I just kept going.
What would you say for the youngsters right now, trying and not giving up?
Well, again, they could look at examples like myself and say hey, if this guy did it, why can't I? So that would be a good motivation for them.
Okay, what would it take for more Uzbek or Central Asian artists to enter the global film concept art industry?
It's a good question. I guess and the answer is pretty simple. You have to show what you can do. So if you work as a designer or concept artist, the only way to show people that you are able to do something is not your university degree, it's actually your work. So let's say if you work on something, then you put out your work online, people see your work, and if it's good and it's worth hiring you, they will come after you. So I guess it's actually simple. You have to create art, it has to be good, but that's the difficult part. And that's why it connects to the previous question. You do have to keep going and not give up,
Okay, do you see a future where traditional painting is fully replaced by digital workflows?
No. It's traditional painting will always be there, because it's quite different. What I do actually is a commercial art, so I don't do this for exhibitions and stuff. So it's just another branch of art, Traditional art will be always out there, and digital art will be there as well. So they will be going parallel to each other.
And what's the creative process behind conceptual art at Lucasfilm?
I mean, it's actually also pretty straightforward. So first, initially, you get the brief. They tell you, hey, we want this planet covered with moss, right, or desert. And then you create a bunch of sketches. They say, oh, we love this. Or they say, oh, we don't like it. And then because you go back to the drawing board, and then you continue in terms of you show something, they approve it, and then you always level up the quality, and essentially at some point you hit the point and they say, oh, we love it, that's done.
Okay, and lastly, I want to ask you, are there visual motifs from Uzbek culture you'd like to incorporate into sci-fi or fantasy work?
Of course. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We were talking yesterday and people were saying oh, why can't we see Uzbekistan or Tajikistan in a Star Wars movie? I said, yeah, but someone has to do this, right? Because we have a very good cultural heritage, and I would love to see Samarkand, but in Star Wars universe. But someone has to do it, so let's see.
Maybe.
Maybe, one day.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much.